Guys, I'm Liv with Live Life Outdoors. Welcome to the channel if you haven't been here before, or welcome back if you have. I garden in zone 6A, 6B in south central Pennsylvania, and this is future me popping in for this video. I did a cleanup over here so that I could get back here to the bean situation, and I had that video without any sound going on, or just sped up really fast because two reasons. One, I always like to respect you guys and try to do a video where there's not a bunch of chaos going on in the background. Two, I did this video right off the bat in the morning. I'm neurodivergent. I do not do mornings. I like to get up and get started and get things done, but that does not make me a morning person. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to hear music. I don't want to listen to the TV. That's really disruptive to just like my personal brain chemistry. So to just be able to come out here and just get started without actually talking to you guys and doing a video, that's just kind of how I roll early in the morning like that. So I hope you enjoy the bits and pieces that I've got for you of this cleanup, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Hey guys, Editing Liv here, and just a little voiceover for part of this. So I do mention it at the end, but I thought it was a little bit funny. You get to see me do my little safety check of the basil, just to make sure there's nothing stinging in there that's going to get me if I just brush past it. So I did give that a little bit of a little shake there. And then as I'm going through and cleaning this stuff up, most of it's coming out at the roots pretty easily. I did come across a few things that were tough to pull out, or it snapped at the bottom, so I am going to have to go back through and work on that. And then whatever this grassy stuff is, it's terrible. It's it starts so small, so there's a bunch of the little babies that are back there in that row that I have to go back and get. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna tackle that, but this cleanup took about 20 minutes, I believe is what I say at the end of the video. It wasn't terrible, but it was a bit more extensive than I was expecting. I thought that most of that would come out in bigger clumps than it did. But it was really nice to go ahead and get this cleaned up, and we'll get back to watching. Alright guys, so we tackled some of the weeds here. I got part out there, but I moved over to my main focus, which was this portion. So I don't know how much you'll see of what I did on video, but I gave my basil a little safety shake. Make sure there weren't any stinging things in there so that I could work in this area. And then now I've got pretty much most of that cleared. I did have the video going the entire time, and that took roughly 18 minutes. Now it's not perfect, but I want to sidetrack here. Look it, there's a something. I'm pretty sure those are supposed to be beans, but they look like peas. Okay, we'll see. Alright, sidetrack, like I said. I've got this issue here that I just don't know what to do with at the moment. It's going to take more strength than what I have at this current time. I either need to borrow the boyfriend or use some garden tools to get that out. And then obviously I've got all these leftover stuff out. Guys, apologies for the noise. always apologizing. Because I feel bad about that. But anyways, okay. So this covering is the fall strawberries. I'm not super worried about that right now. They could set off runners into my beds, but that's a problem for a different day. I got out my main worry. Look at that, we got some purslane. I don't really want that in my garden bed, so I'm gonna put that out there. Oh, look, we've got a pokeweed back here. Let's get that out. Okay, so yes, now I can walk back here. I can harvest the tomatoes, clean up the ones that cracked, and this was the whole reason, was to get to these beans. So we will talk about these in another video. But right now I just wanted to get this taken care of, show that process. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do back here. The mulch that we got from the, what do you call it? Nursery, local nursery. It just broke down very quickly, and I think it made a really great habitat for all those weeds, because even though I've got some right here, the rest of my walkways are not very weedy. Like, definitely had a takeover of this stuff. However, this walkway is looking way better and hasn't had much maintenance. So I think I may have to find a different location to get my mulch from that's not going to break down so quickly, because we just put that on last year. So like, mulch is a thing where yes, you're going to have to reapply it at some point, but I feel like that was fairly quick in comparison to what I have in the rows here. So gotta figure that situation out. I just spotted a squash there. Editing Liv again. Alright guys, my ADHD squirrels went off at the end of this video. I don't know what was happening, but I just wanted to say thank you for watching. You can check out one of the videos on the screen, and the next one that I drop will probably be about the beans.